pretty sad news that happened earlier this last year, actually. Vince Zampella passed away, and Hideo Kojima talks about how he asked Vince Zampella to make a Metal Gear shooter at Respawn. I don't know how that would work, considering Metal Gear really only works as a third person, and we've seen games like 007 in first person, so maybe it could have worked, but who knows. Anyway, onto the news story. Hideo Kojima has claimed that he and Call of Duty co-creator Vince Zampella had once discussed making a Metal Gear shooter at Respawn. Speaking during a video package at DICE 2026, during a Remembering a Titan keynote, Zampella's life and work, Kojima said the conversation took place following the launch of Metal Gear Solid 4 in 2008. In 2010, Zampella and Jason West were fired from Call of Duty maker Infinity Ward and set up Titanfall and Apex Legends Studios Respawn. Call of Duty has gone downhill since then, which is crazy to me. I mean, 2019 was okay, but then they quickly again dropped the ball. The Metal Gear shooter discussed with Kojima was one of the options being considered as Respawn was being founded. The Death Stranding designer said when Kojima himself went independent to build Kojima Productions, he sought Zampella's advice about setting up his own studio after experiences at Respawn. Without him, the gaming industry wouldn't be what it is today, said Kojima of Zampella. Kojima was paying tribute to Zampella alongside Phil Spencer, Jeff Keighley, Laura Mael, Todd Howard, Randy Pitchford, Ted Price, and many more who talked about Zampella's impact on their work, their lives, and the industry in general. Respawn founder Vince Zampella tragically died in a car accident in December. I mean, it's a tragedy. It is a tragedy. I want to quickly talk about this, but he was speeding on a particular road where he shouldn't have been speeding, and in that and he wasn't familiar with his car, and it's terrible. It is honestly horrible that he died, but at the same time, you know what they say about stuff like this: do stupid things, win stupid prizes. Unfortunately, he should have known better to have done this, especially when he shouldn't have done this on that particular road. I don't know why he didn't just take his car to a particular track field. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. It's really bad. I'm really upset he died. He was one of my favorite creators for a very long time, but unfortunately, you can talk ill of the dead if they did bad. In my opinion, it's like you should have known better. He left his family behind. He should have known better, in my honest opinion. In any case, Respawn founder, notably, he led Medal of War, Allied Assault, co-created Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, and a studio. Respawn created Titanfall and Apex. Most recently, he oversaw the critically acclaimed Battlefield 6. At the DICE event, EA Entertainment President Laurel Mael said Zampella changed how games are made and, more importantly, how people are treated while making them. Xbox boss Phil Spencer, he appeared on stage and said, as transcribed by GameFile, he was always able to work with a team to set the bar even higher and inspired such great work. Bethesda game designer Todd Howard calls Zampella the real deal when describing the friendship. I would always seek his advice with every game that I did, how to maneuver on all things going on in the industry. Written by Neil Young. Yeah, it's a tragedy, but it would have been really cool to see what a Metal Gear Solid game would have been in first person. The only thing that comes to mind is maybe Perfect Dark and or the 007 PS2 games. I think they're really cool and a good glimpse of what could have been changed as a genre. Like Resident Evil was third person. Well, fixed camera, then third person, then first person, and now they're combining the first person and third person, and we're gonna see how that's gonna work out. But Resident Evil has the benefit of not having like traps and gimmicks and all these other like aspects Metal Gear kind of does have. I feel like Metal Gear like really is a third person kind of game with cameos and such. I can't see that working in a first person situation. That said, who knows what they could have came up with. It would have been very interesting if they did follow through. In any case, that's it for me. Take care and see ya.